Alright, can everybody hear me alright? I prepared some words for tonight. I was wondering if anybody has seen the gates. The gates where the truth lies and the light shines. Where did all the dreamers go? Is there anybody still out there? Where did all our innocence go? Where did these problems come from? Why do we feel the need to take everything so seriously? You walk through the forest and you look at all the trees and say, wow, aren't they all so beautiful? But for some reason that isn't the same when it comes to humans. Where did all this judgment come from? Who convinced us we were so separate? Why do we hide from conflict? Why can't we always feel free? I learned to have great faith in metaphors, to become multimodal by mixing the literacies of what is true and what could be true. To see all angles, to not reject anything, to know it's all possible, to lose the fear of the unknown, to share your knowledge, to inspire others to find their own truth, to feed others the way they feed you, to see the past as a training program getting you closer to oneness, to see the fear as grace. Everybody is just as scared of death as the rest. Somebody tell the guy who knows to tell us how it all is. Let's not live in fear to wonder what is, but live to see what can be. There's no artist block over here. There's no loss of balance where we're going. There's no hiding from the truth where we come from. There's not room for many, but I saved a spot just for you. There's nobody quite like you. There's no break from reality when you're not around. There's not much space between you and me even when we're apart. There's no more fear because it's all perfect. There's no gap between the have and the have-not. There's no time, there's only space. There's no death, there's only recycle.
Nobody is reducing bureaucracy. Nobody is calling industry on the carpet for toxic wastes. No one is respecting the aged. No one is investing in a grassroots communications network to decentralize power. Nobody really thinks small is beautiful. Nobody espouses the politics of love and forgiveness. Nobody sees worldly power as secondary to spiritual power. Nobody honors the basic institution, the individual human heart. Nobody will tell it like it is. Nobody is ready to up-level nationalism into humanitarianism. Nobody admits errors. Nobody is interested in reducing the gap between rich and poor nations out of compassion rather than out of fear. Nobody is free of international paranoia.
What is acid? Well, acid is different things in different times. 10 years ago, acid was a way of breaking through a certain kind of cynicism that came from profaning all of life. So you saw it all in the rational model and science and so on. And it was a technique of breaking out of that. It was giving man a vision of the possible, right? Then a couple of million people got a vision of the possible. And plus a lot of other things happened in society, like television and the bombs and all kinds of things. And suddenly we're living in a different plane of consciousness, a different time and space, dimension, universe we're living in. Then acid means something entirely different. Because then it's no longer, you don't have to break out of anything because you're already out of it. Because the world you're living in is already out of it. All acid then does sometimes is speed up your catching up with who you now are.
Finding Eastern religion was the most impactful thing that's happened to me. I found my discourse community in the most perfect way. A community that helps me understand the world and myself better. Now I finally know what the purpose of discourse really is. We all need a community whose thoughts or opinions align in the same way to comfort and reassure us that there's others who think the same way and that we're not crazy. We can't deal with all this literacy alone, you know. Learning about discourse this year has better helped my understanding of the meaning of community and the power I have as an art teacher leading a new community in the coming years. With great power comes great responsibility.
You don't even notice the technique anymore. It's just a method for taking you into the space beyond technique. Because what the ears can hear isn't the divine music. And what the eyes can see is not the divine vision. These are all just vehicles, doorways through into the other place.